Your guide to San Francisco Fleet Week. That and more news coming up on Synced In. Hey everyone, Fleet Week is next week. The fall tradition in San Francisco brings the U.S. Navy Blue Angels to the Bay Area, and we get to explore a bunch of other events throughout the week. Here's when and where some of the top events are happening. Head to our homepage and click this tab to see the complete list of events. All right, we know the Bay Area is no stranger to sideshows, but authorities say lately they're getting bigger and more dangerous. Our investigative reporter Candace Wynn looked into how these sideshows may be putting your safety at risk, even if you're not around.
This incident consisted of about 24 911 calls reporting about a dozen cars, 100 spectators, a person possibly run over, and yet one police unit showed up in about a half hour. Can you explain that?
We are prioritizing violent crime first. And so when our officers are all assigned to a violent crime investigation, whether that be a homicide or a shooting, it makes it difficult for us to break and go to other calls like those.
We pulled all the calls for service for the same hour as the sideshow that evening. Police were consumed with reports of violent crimes, including a possible dead person and 4 reports of shots fired.
Was this a typical weekend night? Was this extreme?
This is a typical weekend night in Oakland, where we are receiving several calls of gunshots being fired.
Officers have told me one of the most impactful things they can do is tow vehicles involved. But how can they do that if they're taking so long to respond?
You can watch the full report on NBCBayArea.com/investigations. Okay, as we approach the election, we want to make sure you understand what will be on your ballot. Let's start off with the sports betting props 26 and 27. One would legalize sports betting in person. The other would legalize it online. Here's our digital video journalist, Jonathan Bloom, with what you should know.
This all started in 2018 when the U.S. Supreme Court overturned a ban on sports betting, paving the way for states to legalize it one at a time. So far, it's become legal in more than 30 states, and if California follows suit, it would become the second biggest sports betting market in the world, right after the UK. That's why this is already the most expensive ballot measure campaign in state history, with fundraising on all sides totaling more than $367 million and counting. Supporters of Prop 26 say that's the one that benefits the tribes. It lets them keep control over gambling in the state, add craps and roulette tables to their casinos, and it could also breathe new life into the horse racing industry, since you could place bets on football or baseball at a racetrack. It could generate tens of millions in annual tax dollars for the state. Opponents say people shouldn't have to drive to a casino or a racetrack to place a bet. Since it doesn't allow online betting, they say people will keep betting online illegally with offshore websites.
The rest of the explainer is on NBCBayArea.com/digital originals.
Going live on top of the Golden Gate Bridge, only in the Bay Area.
All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching.